Hello, I am a nerd, and why do the celestial dragons even exist? They're meant to be the descendants of the 10 kings, but there are no 10 kings in the mural in the war that changed the world 800 years ago. And these people, when you really think about it, they're kind of like cattle. I mean, they're designed to keep their purity because they've got those bubbles, but what if those bubbles serve a purpose? What if the reason celestial dragons have bubbles over their head is because maybe Emu needs them to remain as pure as possible? Maybe Emu has a plan. She'll weaponize them just like she gave the Gorosei powers, and turn them into the ultimate soldiers that could take on dozens of Yonkos. You think I'm kidding? But the D-Clan has rised up to stop them. And what else starts with D? Dragon. Could the D-Clan be Could the D-Clan be the true dragons of the world? And what does that say about Monkey D. Dragon? We are nerds. Hello, I am a nerd, and this is the Celestial Dragons Are Cattle Part 2. So, this theory is simple. What if celestial dragons have been kept on top of the red line and given everything they could ever want? So they would have no will, no drive, and technically no future. So that they were so pampered with pleasure they wouldn't have will of their own. And the reason for this is because Emu is going to turn them into monsters, just like the Gorosei. And this is so terrifying because Emu could make a few hundred Yonko level threats which could threaten the very fabric of the world. Tell me that's not terrifying. We are nerds. Hello, I am a nerd, and I thought of even more evidence that the celestial dragons are cattle being raised by Emu and the Gorosei to be let loose during the final war. Think about it. Humans are not allowed to share blood with fishmen. What if the reason that humans aren't allowed to share blood with fishmen is because if a celestial dragon shared blood with a fishman, then their power would be lost and Emu's control over them would be broken. The thing is, what if Emu's power was so strong? What if a celestial dragon got a blood transfusion, Emu's power over them might lessen? And, well, just gonna say, Emu's making the celestial dragons into the ultimate soldiers for the final war. The celestial dragons don't have will of their own, they don't have drive, they don't have motive because they're given everything. So I think Emu is going to take over their will to make them into the final soldiers of the war against Joy Boy 800 years later. I am a nerd.